Okay, this is Wyoming Rick Treasure Reveal. I've got a $50 bag of pennies here that I just cut open. That's what this is. Come off that. That's what this is. And I peeled it back like that. And I'm going through them by the handfuls, kind of like this right here. And what I'm doing, I'll just grab them. I'll grab a few at a time like this right here. And you can look at them really quick to see if there's anything on there. And I'll turn them over if I think there's a need to turn them over. But otherwise, many times I don't. And so when I'm done, I either just lay them on the table there or I just pitch them in the box right here. And that's what I do. These are pennies I went through from another hunt. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through these for a little bit. Let's go through these together and see if we can find anything. Just scanning the top. I see something right here. Let me lay it over here right here. My tripod broke, so I'm having to do this with my hand. Kind of aggravating. I like that tripod. But let me get the focus in. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what my camera's doing. Okay. All right, I'm trying to figure out what my camera's doing. It's not acting right. Okay, 1946 is what that one is. Oh, look here. Canadian penny. Seems to be a lot of those these days. Let's look around again, just a little bit more before I start really pushing around into the bag. There's a wheat penny right there, and it's a 19. I think the way I'm doing this is what's causing the camera to be funny. So I'll take them out of the bag and lay them over here. 1951D. So 2 wheat pennies, and looks like another Canadian penny right here. So 2 wheat pennies, 2 Canadian pennies so far. And let's go and let's scan a little bit more, just a little bit more. And right now I don't see anything else, so I'm just going to kind of rake through the pennies like this right here. And see if I can find something that way. And here in just a brief period of time, I'm going to pick them up by the small handfuls, and I just kind of shake them and look at them, and I can tell usually if something is old or something is worth looking at and keeping. So anyway, I'm going to continue on with the hunt. This is different than my last penny row hunt. I was actually opening them out of the rows and didn't find a whole lot, to tell you the truth, but let's see what we can find here. So far, not a lot is being found. I'll show you what I have found since the last time I checked in with you. 1946D. Wheat pennies. That's 3 wheat pennies. 3 more Canadian pennies. 5 of them. And then one of them Lincoln varieties that's really red and shiny. So I'm keeping that. This is what I'm down to. Pretty much what I've searched right here. And I'm going to get back on this. If there doesn't seem to be a lot of wheat pennies in a bag when I'm doing, and this is what I like about doing bags. Sometimes you come across a bag that's just terrible. And you search really hard and you might find a couple of wheat pennies. And a lot of times I just finally I'm just like, well, I'm just going to look at them, pick them up, just rake them around in my hand and see what I can find. If I don't find anything, then I go through them quicker that way. Because sometimes some of these bags ain't worth wasting your time on. I like to at least have bags where you can find at least 20 wheat pennies or more. And I've got a hold of some bags here lately. It's just been terrible. And I got a hold of that one bag that had like 230 wheat pennies in it about a week ago. So you just never know. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to hunt now. I'll see what I can find here. Okay, had a couple of more finds. I'll show you what we got here. 1949D. Then I've got a 1957D. And then I found 2 more. Well, actually 1 more. That's not a thing. Found a Canadian penny. And I found this Black Hill, South Dakota Reptile Gardens. Somehow it ended up in a penny bag. Really cool. I think I'll keep it. All right, I'm going to get back to the hunt and see what I can find. This is what I have left so far. If you would hit like and subscribe, I'm thinking this is just a poor bag for wheat pennies. And so I'm probably going to not do as deep of a search as I usually do because it doesn't seem like there's very many wheat pennies in here. Usually when you look through a bag, when you get a bag and you flip it over and sideways and the other side and then the other side, other back side of it, and you don't see very many wheat pennies through the bag. One thing I have learned is there's usually not a lot of wheat pennies when you do that. And so I literally got a bag here a while back at the bank where I bank, and it had I couldn't even find a wheat penny. I went through probably, I don't know, 1,000 or so, flipping them over, every single one of them. Couldn't find one wheat penny, and then I just doing this right here, scanning like this right here, and still couldn't find anything. So I was like, this has to be somebody's dump or something because I couldn't find anything. So I just bagged them up and stuck them to a bank and dumped them. Maybe I missed a wheat penny or two. Maybe I missed the 1909S VDB. I seriously doubt that. But anytime I don't see a lot of wheat pennies through the bag, when I'm just looking at it before I cut it open, a lot of times there's not a lot of wheat pennies in there. And so I'm thinking about doing things a little bit different. Like the other day when I got that bag that had 230 wheat pennies in it. Here's a Canadian. I was looking through the bag. When I got it and I put it in the trunk of my vehicle, I could see a lot of wheat pennies just scattered throughout the top portion of that bag. And I flipped it over 3 different sides, and I seen wheat pennies everywhere. And so I was like, okay, this bag's got some wheat pennies. And it did. Had a lot of 1910s, some 20s, some 30s, and of course a lot of 40s and 50s, which is not abnormal. But anyway, if this bag don't improve pretty quick, I may not waste any more time on it and just show you the few finds that I did get, and then just go on to another bag on another day. Sometimes that's just the best thing to do. So anyway, tell me what you do. Share with me what you do when you come across a bag like this. Do you finish the bag, and do you do a hard hunt, like where you just go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, or do you just do a quick hunt by, like I'm doing, pick them up by the handfuls and just look and then just throw them in a container that you're going to dump them out of? Sometimes I think that's the best, but tell me if I'm wrong. So be right back with some more finds, I hope. Okay, I have a few more finds here I want to show you. Wheat pennies, 3, 1952D, 1944, and a very dirty 19 something, 56. Then another Lincoln Variety penny, and a couple of more Canadian pennies. So that makes a total of 3, about 8 wheat pennies, 2 variety pennies, and about 10 Canadian pennies. Yeah, this is a tough hunt, and I'm down to this right here. Yeah, this hunt is tougher than a $3 steak. So, yeah, sometimes it's just that way. So, I'm going to keep looking. Maybe I'll find that one penny that'll salvage the whole bag. And here's another Canadian penny. Good grief. Here's another one. A lot of them. Yep, like I said, this hunt's tougher than a $3 steak. So anyway, I'll get back with you in just a jiff. If I find anything else, either way, I'll get back with you really soon. Definitely not finding a lot of wheat pennies, but I did find another variety, Lincoln Variety. It's really shiny, and I did find 2 more wheat pennies, a 1940D. That's wheat penny number 6 in the hunt. 1944D, wheat penny number 7. One thing I've learned about hunting wheat pennies is, like, say the bag is kind of bad. What I like to do, I'll take like a small handful like this right here, and I will scatter them out, and I can see the tops, or the back side, and I can see the front side, and then I can take these And I can do this right here. Flip them over like that right there. And look. And immediately I'm going to know if there's a wheat penny in there or something. So that's just one method for getting through these quicker. Again, like this right here. Now, I'm having to hold the camera with one hand, so it's the reason I ain't using my offhand to scatter these. But like this right here, you get the point. Then I take them like this right here and throw them over and see if there's anything. That's just a method that I use, and that kind of explains how you can get through this bag a whole lot quicker. And I like to get through the bags quicker when there's not a lot of wheat pennies. So that's just a method, just something you can try, see how it works for you. Anyway, I'll get back to the hunt, and I'll have final numbers here in just a brief period of time. Please hit like and subscribe if you like this video. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the final results. Not too good. I just stacked the 40s and 50s together. There's about 10 of them. And there's no need in getting too technical about whether they're D's or what years they are. There's 40s and 50s. 40s and 50s ain't usually worth that much, but 4 of the Lincoln varieties. Then you got the Canadian pennies. And once again, when I've got a bad bag of pennies, I like to use the Miyagi method. Let me show you. If I could use both hands, my tripod hadn't broke, I could show you by doing it this other way. But here, my hands are a little dirty, so please excuse the dirt on the end of my fingertips, please. I call this the Miyagi method. Danielson, wax on. So you're scattering them. Wax on. I see no wheat penny dates. I see no wheat penny backs. Wax off. Oops, I let a couple slip out. So you flip them around the other way. You can do it on your other hand if you're not holding a camera. And that's the wax off. Wax on. Wax off. Wax on. Wax off. I got to be a little silly. I mean, that's what helps you keep your sanity when you can't find pennies that you're looking for. It's just the way it is. And hope you enjoyed the video and my silly humor. So you have a good evening, and I will see you at the next video. Peace out.